Welcome again to my channel, Stay Well, Live Well. Today I am going to speak about heart attack, but not in the general, but specifically amongst women. So ladies, please pay attention until the end, as what you learn today may as well save your life. You see, heart disease is the most common killer of women and men in the United States. But here is a little known shocking fact. Do you know that heart disease kills 5 times more women than breast cancer? Yes, that might shock you, but when it comes to symptoms of a heart attack, they may not be as noticeable in women as they are in men. Most of us are quite well versed when it comes to recognizing the signs of a heart attack. We have probably seen enough of this stuff on medical TV shows. But here is something that is not well documented. You see, research shows that women are less likely to get the aggressive treatment and care from a cardiologist than men. This is why in today's video, I am going to tell you about some of the common signs and symptoms of a heart attack or heart disease that women often miss. I'm going to look at questions such as, do you feel symptoms weeks in advance? Can pregnancy up your risk of a heart attack? What is a silent heart attack? So first, let's talk a little bit about early symptoms. Yes, it's true, women can feel symptoms up to a year before an actual heart attack happens. Women are often considered unusual when it comes to heart attack symptoms, and they can be tricky to identify. Let us look at some of the early warning signs that can often be a precursor to a heart attack amongst women. And it is known to happen weeks or even months down the road. First is fatigue. We all get run down from time to time, but that is only natural. So, if you're feeling tired, try to give yourself a break and take a day of rest. But what is fatigue? Well, in simple terms, if you're still feeling tired after getting a good night's rest or sleep and taking a day off for yourself, then it's likely that you are suffering from fatigue. You see, you just can't get your energy levels up, and it lasts for days on end. Apparently, this is one of the most common early symptoms of heart attack in women, as 70% of women reported this being a long-term symptom. The next early sign is trouble sleeping. Again, all of us lose sleep sometimes due to various reasons. But if it is a consistent thing for you, or if you are waking up in the night more than you usually do, you should take note. We all know that losing sleep can be very harmful. We all need sleep to restore our minds and bodies. So, it's good to get to the bottom of it anyway. But if you're waking up in the night because of an ache or pain that won't go away, this might be an early warning sign of a heart attack. Next is anxiety. Although anxiety may seem like no big deal, it can cause all kinds of harm to the mind and body. Your body reacts to stress and anxiety by releasing the hormone cortisol, which can cause damage to your body and your heart. High amount of stress can cause your blood pressure to rise, upping your risk of hypertension. If you're feeling nervous, most of the time for no apparent reason, find something that can relax you. Couple of examples such as painting, walking in nature, meditation, or yoga can really help you out a lot. Another common sign is chest discomfort or indigestion. You see, mild chest pains can often be mistaken for indigestion. It could feel like a burning sensation in the upper area of the abdomen. But if this feeling persists, you might want to check it out. If you experience any kind of chest pain, you should always take it seriously. And this applies to men as well. Okay, now that you know some of the early signs, let us now look at some common symptoms of a heart attack in women. The first one is chest pain. This one is a common symptom in both men and women. Sharp pains in the chest are a telltale signs of a heart attack. If you feel tiredness, aching, squeezing, or a heavy pressure on your chest, you want to contact a doctor right away. But ladies, take note, the weird part is that some women can have a heart attack and not experience any chest pain at all. In a 2003 study, only 30% of women had chest pain before the heart attack occurred, and the others, none. Another symptom that is common amongst the women is sweating and shortness of breath. When someone has a heart attack, generally sweating is a sure sign. However, for women entering into menopause, they often feel hot flushes. This is the sudden feeling of being extremely warm, which can cause you to sweat without any form of exercise. Take note that hot flushes are not a symptom of a heart condition. However, ladies, if you experience sweating coupled with shortness of breath, or any of the other symptoms I have mentioned so far, you must take it seriously, as this could be a symptom of a heart attack. The next one, pain in the neck, jaw, or back. When something is wrong in the body, you can often feel pain somewhere else. Sometimes that is kind of confusing. That's another reason why women find it harder to identify a heart attack. Pain in the jaw, back, or neck are a common signal for a heart condition. It seems that women can also experience pain in both arms, not just the left one. Also, this can be the type of pain that starts in the chest and moves to the back. Now, the thing is that this type of pain will often keep a woman awake at night, like we mentioned earlier. Somehow, this one is linked to the early symptom of losing sleep. Now, last but not least, another common symptom is weakness. Now, do not confuse this with fatigue. You see, feeling weak or shaky is a known symptom of a heart attack in women. Again, if this is coupled with any of the other symptoms that we mentioned earlier, it should cause you to be concerned. Though it is good to know the symptoms, that is not good enough to keep your heart healthy. So let us check out some of the factors that can up your risk of heart disease as a woman. First is pregnancy. Pregnancy is a truly wonderful thing, but it is an uneasy time. Women have to be extra careful when expecting. Unfortunately, complications during pregnancy can up the risk of heart disease. You see, if a woman has high blood pressure or diabetes while pregnant, that will increase the risk of heart disease later on in life. Next is menopause. Again, this is another area that makes women more likely to have heart disease later on in life. After menopause, you lose some of the hormones that provide you with some protection from heart disease. Furthermore, your body may store more fat as you age, which can be harmful in many ways. For instance, it can up your level of triglycerides and LDL or bad cholesterol. Women who are in their postmenopause period also have a tendency to higher blood pressure, and they are more likely to have sweating and sleeping issues. Put it all together, these things can up the risk of heart disease among women. Next is diabetes. It turns out that women who have diabetes are more likely to develop heart disease than men who have diabetes. Reason unknown for now. Diabetes is also harmful to women because it takes actually the mask, the way the women feel pain, which puts her at risk of a silent heart attack. Last is lifestyle choices. This one applies to anyone, both men and women. Partaking in activities like smoking or taking stimulant drugs can up your risk of heart attack. So if you haven't already, maybe now the time has come for you to ditch the cigarettes. Also, not getting the recommended 150 hours of exercise each week and being a couch potato will also do your body more harm than good. Not just the heart, but also other things too. If you are busy at work, even getting out of walk at night after dinner or any other night will do your body and mind a world of good. It is known fact that keeping your stress levels under control play a big part when it comes to heart disease. Like we talked about earlier, stress can up your blood pressure and ultimately increase the risk of a heart attack. Now, the last thing I want to bring to your attention in this video is the silent heart attack. Take note that studies suggest that it's more common in women than men, which makes it pretty scary. Just like the name suggests, it's a heart attack that has no specific symptoms, so it's often dismissed as anxiety or a strained muscle in the woman's back. It has been reported that some women only experience fatigue for an extended period of time before they finally talk to a doctor to try and explain the cause. Sometimes it may feel like the flu or simple indigestion. Women who have these symptoms are often ignored, or they are attributed to something, which means patients will only discover this problem months later, that they have in fact suffered a heart attack. So what causes the dreaded silent heart attack? It is when the flow of blood to the heart is blocked, usually by a building up of plaque. Because these types of heart attacks don't get diagnosed until much later, they can cause much more damage to the heart. This then puts women at a greater and higher risk of development of heart complications later on. Now, in conclusion, one of the biggest problems is that these symptoms are not taken seriously either by the women or the doctors or both. So ladies, if you have experienced one or more of these symptoms, trust your instincts and do what you think is right. You know your own body best. If something seems off, it probably is, and it's worth getting checked out. So whatever you do, stay well and live well. Thank you.